Good evening, it's Monday night, so here we are live from the NTV studios in London. It's the ILFL Soccer Night show, and tonight we are national and international because we are here to talk about the UKBFC. Yes, it's the Bangladeshi Football Championship coming round again in 2016, and I have all our friends and a few enemies, if you want, here again to represent their respective teams and regions as we conduct a live draw tonight to see who's going to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe in the clash of the national Bangladeshi teams. In the panel, I have distinguished guests, as always. To my far right, I've got Alan, whose face you know. It's good to see you again, Alan. Welcome on the show again. My good friend Hock is back.
How you doing?
Good to see you, Hock. Camera's chairman is there on my far left with Habib sandwich in the middle. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Everybody's here because Shapla are the lead organisation putting together the whole tournament in conjunction with the other partner organisations. We're going to have a 1.5 hour show tonight. It's a long one, but we are going to get through it the best way we can with the help of everybody here, all of the invited guests, and you at home. So first, cameras, I'm going to turn to you. It's here again, the UK Bangladeshi Football Championship. Amazing tournaments back.
It is, Dave, and it's getting bigger and better and stronger every year. We've got 5 new entrants this year, which shows the interest and the dedication in the tournament. But we've also managed to retain 10 of the 11 of the old favourites from the past 2 years as well. So it's in Birmingham, middle of the country. So we're really looking forward to it, and I'm sure these guys will add a lot more insight into what's happening. The teams, I tell you now, the teams are really looking forward to it. And this year is going to be very, very strong because everyone has upped their game. We don't know how the new teams are, although a couple of the London teams, we know what they're capable of. And there are some dark horses there to be feared, if nothing else.
So Habib, tell us first. Tell us how it's been organising the whole event this time.
It's been really enjoyable. I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I've been working with my partners and my colleagues at Shapla Football League, and obviously we've had the tournament for the last 2 years. And as Camrose alluded to earlier, most of the teams we have retained from the previous 2 tournaments, so which is really good, which shows that there's a definite interest. They participated in the first one, which was hosted by Milton Keynes, and the final was at the Dunn Stadium. The second one, which was hosted by ILFL, and the final was at Dagenham and Redbridge. And this year, we're hosting in Birmingham, but the final is going to be Northampton. So that's kind of like a bit strange, but it's good that we've got a professional stadium for the 2 finalists. It's been really good working with all the organisations, and what I like about this year is a lot of the organisations have been quick to respond. Without mentioning any names, Sutubai, as soon as I sent the email, he rang me straight away. We're in. Yeah. He rang me straight. He was the first one, and most of the teams were really good in terms of responding. Initially, we had the deadline as the 26th, but because most of the teams expressed an interest within a week, we shortened that deadline for payment and confirmation to mid-February. So it's been really good and enjoyable, and I'm just looking forward to it now. I'm really excited. The next key thing now is the draw. All the teams are excited what groups they're going to be in, and the other thing is as well, we've got 16 strong teams representing 4 regions of England. So you could have 30 teams, 40 teams, whatever, but if you haven't got a good spread from across England, you can't call it the UK Bangladeshi Football Championship. So we can truly, this year, call it the UK Bangladeshi Football Championship. We've got a team from as far as Newcastle this year. Yeah. So they're coming from, the Geordies will be down to the Midlands, and we've got a team as south is obviously London. So it's a good spread, and I have really enjoyed it. So I'm just looking forward to the draw now, and then the actual day itself, the 24th of April. Make that a date, please, viewers. It's going to be at the Moor Lane Pavilion in Birmingham. Obviously, we'll forward the address and that, more information further on in the show. But yeah, it's been really good.
I remember when we highlighted it earlier in the year, we had a look at the facility, and it is a cracking facility itself, and looking forward to getting there. Birmingham were represented. I think they finished up runners-up to Northampton in the group last year. So as a football team, you looking for a Birmingham representative team to go one better?
Absolutely. The Birmingham team this year participated in Shapla League. They're doing really well, young players, but they're really looking forward to it. They're very excited, very young team, but coming up really well. But including the UK Bangladesh Championship, I was given the task of getting sponsors for the championship. And to be honest, the excitement and the buzz around Birmingham, second to none. So much eagerness to come and see, and looking forward to it. Absolutely brilliant.
Good, Alam, and good to see you. I know, Alam, sometimes you strike me as one of the more frustrated participants in these tournaments, because I know you always have a good representation in a lot of these competitions, and expectation is always there, and there's always a missing link or something just doesn't quite fall your way. Is there a little bit of luck you think you're going to need this year to go all the way?
I think we're going to need more luck this year than ever. Last year we done pretty well. We just missed a lot of chances last year, but this year we've got a young squad. A lot of 15, 16-year-olds coming into it. I mean, they play for the Galacticos, so fingers crossed we'll do really, really good this year.
I think you're underestimating your 15, 16-year-olds. I know you've got a good youth.
We've got a good youth set up, so fingers crossed. Let's see, a bit of experience. You know, I mean, we've got a couple of friendlies coming up soon, so we'll test the players and we'll see how we go. I just want to add something else. This year the tournament goes back to Birmingham. Now, the original founders of the UK Championship were Birmingham. 2001, I think it was, 2001. And we did host many tournaments around the country, but Birmingham were the original host. They hosted it twice before, and it's the third year to Birmingham, and they bring a lot of atmosphere in Birmingham, and I can't wait for it, and it's going to be a fantastic day. So credit to Birmingham for holding it for the third time now.
Just to add to that, David, I know we're saying it's our third year, but truly it's probably our 13th year if you add the original. There was a bit of a break where in between it was, it didn't happen, but I think the missing link was a dedicated organised partner like ILFL, which was missing from the link, and now that ILFL is involved, you can see obviously we're getting, stronger and stronger.
So the whole thing, sorry David, the whole thing is to bring the unity back, which, like Cameron said, there was a link, and that was kind of shortened. Now, all these three organisations come together, trying to rebuild this unity, which we have as a community. I think we are one of the ethnic minority, quite strong community, but the link was, somebody needed to fulfill that link. And like I'm echoing what Cameron said, there was somebody who wanted to lead that, and we did get together the last 3 years, and it's getting stronger. Hence you could see the 11 teams that are still participating in it, and there's 5 other teams that's come into it this year. It is getting stronger and stronger, far and few between. I mean, Newcastle upon Tyne, a lot of people probably would have never heard there's a team up there. Geordie's playing football, but believe me, in the early 80s, late 80s, from Birmingham, we used to travel there every summer, and that link was broken. But now this championship has given us a platform to rebuild all that, and our community is going to get stronger. Hopefully the footballers will get better from what we're seeing now, and eventually, like every one of us, want to see somebody breaking into the mainstream. That is our aim and goal, objective.
That's always the main aim and goal, and I think it's something that we say every year as well, that third year, 13th year, no matter what it is, it's the unity, like you said, is there. There is a bond. There is a friendship amongst many. I know there's a friendly rivalry and banter, but it's good to see a lot of familiar faces out there. If you could see the beautiful people sat in front of me now, I'm sure we're going to bring them into the fold, and we're going to take some questions and get some feedback from one or two of them. But what I want to do is, first I want to start with last year's finalists and runners-up in Luton. You're here again this evening, guys. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Dave.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you all again.
You're going to Birmingham and hopefully to, well, like everybody, do one better than you did last year.
We're not going to Birmingham, but we've been enticed. That's how much we're looking forward to it.
Okay, so what are you going to bring to the party this time round?
One better.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what that means?
It can only be. You had a taste of the final, so you've been where a lot of these people sitting here now have never been. What was it like making it to the final, being there, being a part of it all? And obviously there's a disappointment when you don't, end up on the winning side, but you were there and you were a part of it. Tell us, everybody, what that feeling was like.
Well, the euphoria was just amazing. I mean, I can't put it into words. The last game of the preliminaries, we didn't have to win that game. I think we were okay in points. But that game was like a final for us because we needed to win that game to actually progress to the final. The whole day was brilliant. I mean, as I said last year, we dressed up for the occasion, suited and booted, as you've noticed. But yes, the downside when we lost. I mean, but then again, you know, we've sort of geared up the guys to say, look, there's another day. So obviously, the other day is this year. So inshallah, you know, we're ready for it.
Indeed. As you can see, being very humble, not saying too much. Don't want to shoot themselves in the foot, but I know there are a few other faces up there. There are one or two who I remember from last year who were very bold with statements as well. I shall be coming to them. You know who you are. But I shall be coming to the rest of the panel a little bit later. Let's talk about the format for the rest of this evening. We have 4 segments of the show. We're going to show you some highlights in the next couple of segments, and we're going to do the draw in the 3rd segment of the show. And not forgetting all you local people, it's not just about UK BFC, we have some local football. So we'll talk about you guys right down at the back end of the show. But right now, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in the 2nd segment of the ILFL Soccer Night Show. We'll see you shortly.